So in today's video, I'm going to do a what's on my Mac video. So we're going to go through all the different apps I use basically to design and I guess be a creative kind of person. So if you're interested and you're curious, stay tuned. Let's go. So the first app that's on the list is actually Notion. And I think everybody now can see the power of Notion. It's free to use for personal use as well. And you know, Notion is essentially just a way to organize your life. You can do it to organize your work life. You can organize teams with it. I'm actually using it here to organize my videos and put the scripts in there. Notion does it all, really. That can be a little bit of an issue though, because of course, that's what I found anyway. When I initially started using it, it was a bit too much. But slowly, you know, you find some templates and you can slowly kind of get into it. And I think the way I use it now is more like a second brain. So I kind of organize things in there. Like, I'm a bit weird though, because I have like every item of clothing I have is organized in Notion. So I can just pull up and see exactly what I have in my closet. If you want me to make a video on that, let me know in the description. I can run you through how I've organized that in Notion. Next thing on my Mac is browsers. So I used to use Google Chrome and it is still on my computer just in case I need to use it for whatever reason. But my main browsers now are Safari and Brave. Safari I use more for like work type things, and Brave I'll just use for like entertainment type things. I also use another browser called Firefox Developer Edition. That's mainly, well, almost exclusively for like work related things. So if, for example, I've like designed a website and I want to check it on different devices, the developer edition of Firefox is quite cool, as it lets you see loads of different devices and get like a real picture of what your design or what you've made will look like on different screens. So I recommend that if you're a designer and you want to check your work, test your work. I think it's going to be really helpful. Well, more developer to be fair, because it's after you've created it, you've developed a website. Next one on the list, Elmedia player. So I really like this. It's actually just a video player. It's a bit like VLC in that it plays, I think, basically all formats. But with the paid edition, you can actually download YouTube videos and also rip audio from YouTube videos too. So, you know, for me, I kind of wanted it so I can put in things like this.
I don't waste my time with it. When it comes, I won't even notice.
Oh, how so?
I'll be too busy looking good.
You see, you know what I mean? So it's just something to kind of make it easier to download videos, clip them, and then just put them in. And the next one is Cleanshot X. Now this one is a must-have, I think anyway. It's so underrated. It's actually only, it's not a subscription, which is rare these days. You just pay one off. I'm not sure the price off the top of my head, but it's a one-off payment, and essentially is a really upgraded screenshot type of software. So you can do obviously normal screenshots, you can do video screenshots, you can do whole page screenshots, you can do GIFs, you can do the full range of anything you want to do in terms of screen recording. It's really powerful. I love this. Everything you're seeing in this video in terms of the clips from different websites has been done in Cleanshot. I really highly recommended that software. It's not too expensive, and I think, you know, considering you don't have to do any subscription, it will pay for itself. The next one is Slack. So Slack is just a communication tool for teams. I'm in different like Slack groups. So, you know, it's a simple thing. I think if you know Slack, you know Slack. It's just for communication. And yeah, it's good at that. Next we have Sip. So Sip is a really kind of cool color picker. It's not too expensive. Again, I think that's not a subscription, which I like. It just allows you to pick colors from anywhere on your screen on your computer, and then you can build palettes within that. It also has some accessibility features to basically show you whether or not the colors you're choosing are actually going to be readable for, you know, the full range of people, you know, not just people who have 20/20 vision, right? Yeah, but yeah, it's very simple software, and I really like it. Next, Affinity Designer. So this for me is, I would class it as a kind of Photoshop / Illustrator alternative, right? Because let's be honest, Creative Cloud is very expensive, man. It's very, very expensive. Man. In fact, that's why you won't see too much Creative Cloud here, but this is a very good, Affinity Design is a very good alternative. You can edit photos. I do basically all my YouTube thumbnails in Affinity Designer. It's super quick, it's very light, works very quickly. I'd recommend it, especially I think they're having a sale right now, half price. I don't think you can go too wrong with it. It's very versatile. So if you just need to do something like thumbnails or just illustrations, a little bit of photo manipulation, I recommend it. I think it's pretty good, especially if you don't have the money to pay for Creative Cloud. Yeah, I think it's definitely top software. It's not some like cheap rubbish. It's good software. Next one is a cool one. It's one called Numi. So it's a very cool looking calculator. It has all these kind of little features built in terms of finding different currencies. It kind of understands real language. So you can just type in $16 in pounds and it will just give you the conversion. It's very lightweight, it's very fast, and yeah, I think it's quite a cool calculator. I prefer it to, you know, obviously the default calculator app in Mac OS. So yeah, highly recommend it, and it's free, I think. And of course, Spotify, that's my music player of choice. I do not use Apple Music. Spotify annoying me a little bit with their ads on the podcast, because if we're paying for premium, you shouldn't get ads at all. But let's not go into that. Yeah, you know, it is what it is. Spotify, it's got all the music. You need the music when you work, and yeah, it helps with productivity, for me at least. My email software I use is called Spark. It's free, it's fast, it's, I think, quite beautifully designed, if you ask me. If you're into that, which I am, and it's very easy to use, it's very flexible. I've tried other email softwares, obviously like the new default Mac mail app is okay, but I prefer Spark. I've also tried Canary Mail, which is all right. I just don't feel like it's worth paying for, because Spark is amazing to me. So yeah, if you haven't tried Spark, give it a go. It's a really cool software. Another thing that's already on my Mac, of course, is Notes, the Notes app. This is a very underrated app, man. Okay, most people obviously know about the Notes app in Mac OS, but it's undervalued in my opinion. I mean, it really can organize everything in your life, and I like it. Even though I use things like Notion, I like using the Notes app because it's just quick and easy. Another thing I didn't mention was Things 3. So Things 3 is essentially a to-do list type app. I wouldn't say it's for project management, especially in a team environment. It's very much I would say managing your own personal projects, your own personal work. But it is really cool. Again, no subscription. It's very beautifully designed. I really like the design of that. And I swear by it. I mean, I use it every single day. So that's basically all I use every day is Things 3. The video editing software I use is DaVinci Resolve 17. I have to say, DaVinci Resolve is amazing. It's amazing. I can't believe this thing is free. It's actually a joke. DaVinci Resolve 16 was good. but DaVinci Resolve 17 is just taking it to a new level. Their default like font effects and stuff like that it's incredible. I mean, if you just use it in a smart way, it just looks classy, it's easy to do. And then you got to think the way that it's kind of built with the cut page and the edit page. For me, I mean, I can't believe it's free. I mean, I'm just so happy. Shout out to them. I recommend it. If you're starting YouTube, starting anything, you got low budget, even if you got a high budget, like it doesn't even matter. That's just great software to me. Like, yeah, do it. I also have Cinema 4D. I'm trying to learn a bit of 3D. So I've got Cinema 4D to kind of facilitate that. There are some other cool stuff. Like I've seen things like Spline Tool, which is another 3D tool. I want to check that out too, actually. But for now, I'm learning Cinema 4D and 3D stuff. The final thing, which is kind of a cheat, because it's technically not on my Mac, but it's something I use on my Mac, and that's Webflow. So Webflow helps you design websites kind of in a visual way. I feel like you still do need to know kind of the basics of how code works. It's a weird one, Webflow, because I don't know if it's easy for everybody, right? I don't really think so. It's not like a Squarespace or Wix. It's a bit harder, but it does mean that you have more customization and more flexibility. But I really like it a lot. I use it to build websites for clients, and I use it to build websites for myself. I use it to build this website you're probably looking at right now. And yeah, I really recommend it. I have a link in the description if you want to try Webflow out. So what you might notice is that there isn't too many Adobe, or if any Adobe software on this list. Now look, for a while I've been out of love with Adobe. I can't lie to you. I have tried it a little bit, the Creative Cloud, but I just like, I don't think I was getting much from it. But I have gone back to the Creative Cloud, and I am using Photoshop again. So I'm trying that out. Lightroom, using that again as well. So I'm getting back into Adobe. But I did also want to help people who don't necessarily or can't necessarily afford the high prices of Creative Cloud, because you know, essentially that price you pay £40 a month or whatever, it's forever and ever. That's you know, it's kind of like you learn to rely on it, and then you have to use it forever. So I was trying to give you guys alternatives to help you out by not including too much Adobe software. A tool actually I forgot to mention in the list, can't believe I forgot, Figma. Figma, how do I design all my stuff? I design everything in Figma. I'm not against Sketch, I'm not against Adobe XD, it's just Figma is what I use. Figma is also free, it's platform agnostic, you don't have to worry about whether you're Windows or Mac. And I also, like I've been mentioning, I want to give people recommendations that anybody, any budget can start with. And for sure, Figma, amazing software. You can do cloud, you can download a Mac app, you can design everything, and you can even check out the internet. People doing illustrations in Figma. It can really, you can say goodbye to Illustrator if you want it as well. I should have added that. But yeah, Figma is on the list. And yeah, like I was saying, you might think this is a long list, but remember, 20% of the tools do 80% of the job. So that's basically Figma and Things 3 are like the main ones, maybe with Webflow as well. And the rest is just like a toolbox. When you need that tool, you take it out and you do the job. I hope you found this video useful. We're very, very, very close to 1,000 subscribers. If you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. Really appreciate it. And if you enjoyed this video, if you found it helpful, hit the like button, and I'll see you in the next one.